This is my first attempt with EnduraMark. It's not EnduraMark, it's EnduraMark, which is a competitor. I don't know that I sprayed it on evenly or anything. I don't know what I'm doing. This is 1090 just to see what happens. It's zinc. Here's the button. Let's see what happens. It's kind of black. Okay, well that was a thing. I don't know. That's 1090, and then I guess the manufacturer recommends that you put the power up all the way. So below that, I'm just going to do 100%. Let's see. So check one thing again. Let's see here. Do recommended power 100 for a 50-watt machine. Okay, so this is going to be 100, set the power to 100, not full power, but the 100 setting that is not full power. Since there's some kind of magic option. Fix the camera focus. Is there an easier way to do this? There we go. Okay. Alright, so this will be below that, so that's 90 and then 100 is under it. I'm just not thrilled with the notion of blasting this with any more power than it needs. But I guess what will happen is it probably blackens no matter what, but the question is it bonding to the metal? Yeah, I mean that basically looks the same. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to go to 50% power underneath that. Alright, so this below that will be 50 just to give a comparison. I mean the 50 should, if I understand the way this will work correctly, the 50 will probably look the same, but it'll wash right off. And I might have to lower the speed in order to get something that doesn't wash off. These are all at 270 LPI, by the way. Okay, so this would be 50% power, same speed. Yeah, I mean, it's marking. It is a lighter mark. It is a slightly lighter mark. So I think now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to 90% power, and then I'm going to try a variety of speed settings. Okay, so over here in the second column, we're going to do, it's going to be all 90, power 90, and the speed is 800 this time. I think I'll do 800, 600, 400. Okay. It really looks fantastic. I just hope it doesn't wash right off. Okay, 800, now we're down to 600. I mean, because I think when I was doing the zinc, the speed was like 370 or something like that. So I don't know if I can. I mean, there's no logical reason other than they're both they're both metal. Uh, Sorry, not the zinc, the anodized aluminum. I think I was doing that at like 3 something because of the number I got off the forum, but I don't know if that was old settings or new settings. All right, so this is 600 speed, power 90. Wearing my safety glasses just in case. Why? Expecting. Sorry, I got distracted. I was looking on the forum for ideas. I think the numbers I was looking at were actually the old numbers. I think everyone does it at full speed. So this is probably overkill. This is 400. I think this is as low as I'm going to go with the speed. And then I'll come back. And if you see there's a blue section on the top, that blue section, I actually sprayed that more. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I think if that doesn't take, probably nothing will. And so now that blue section actually, in theory, has a thicker coating, which is really bizarre because it doesn't look like it. I may have just sprayed it wrong. I don't know. I'm not good at spray painting, so I'm going to try that with the original settings, which I think I did 1090. I'm going to position this right in where I believe the thickest coating of the EnduraMark is. Well, that actually looks nice as well. So I guess the moment of truth will be when I try to wash this stuff off. I wonder if I should just. I think what I'm going to do is I'll just, for the hell of it, I will hit that. I'll hit that with 100%, and then maybe even full power. Why not? Because, after I take this out and wash it off, I don't want to have to then go back and set up the sprayer again, and it's a bit of a pain in the butt to do this, because the product that I bought comes in a little jar as a paste, so you have to get some denatured alcohol, and you have to mix it up, and then use a sprayer. And I washed out the sprayer when I was done, so I kind of would have to start all over. it's in my best interest to do one more test before I clean this off. Okay, so far I've maxed it out at 100 precision power. This is the extra little bump when you set it to full power. Just in case none of these other ones quite made it through. I'm just curious what the full power will do. I presume it's better for the tube, obviously, to use the minimum necessary power. And I'm also a little concerned because this is metal. I don't want it to reflect, although it's got the coating on it and engraves black, so that's the least reflective thing. So here is full power. My eyes. Okay. That is considerably darker than the others. Really, that full power mode. I mean, when I say darker, it's not necessarily darker, it's thicker and darker. So, let me, this is it now. Next part is to wash this off and then see if any of this magic substance actually stuck to the metal like it's supposed to. Try and get some detail. No, you can't see it now because of the light. I'll come back. Bear with me. Take care. I'm going to disappear for a few minutes and go wash this off in the sink. The camera set up over there. I guess before I do that, I need to do This is supposed to be a permanent coating, so I shouldn't be able to smudge it easily. Let's see what happens if I try to just rub here. Honestly, not great. I'm going to go wash this properly, and then we'll see what we will see. Okay. Gloves are coming off. Get this set up properly. Oops. Change some settings on the camera. All right, here's what we've got. Let me tweak the lighting here. So, should probably turn the autofocus back on. Sorry, this is a really awkward setup I've got here. Doing this, it's not optimized. Oh, it doesn't like that. The autofocus does not like that. There. Much better. Okay, so as you can see, wow, that looks different in person. That's not a smudge. That's a reflection there of the camera. It's actually reflecting its own shadow. Let me see if I get this at a different angle. Apologies for the videography here. Just again. There we go. Now I think you can maybe get a better idea of what's going on here. So we've got, if I remember correctly, the top one here, that was speed 1000, the fastest speed, 90% power. The one below that was the same speed, 1000, 100% power, and below that was 50% power, just to confirm that the power level actually means something. And then we've got three speed settings over here on the right. This is this is all 90% power. So this is 1000, or sorry, this is 800, 600, 400 versus 1000 over there. So I would say now, looking at all of those, having described what they are, I'm yelling right into the microphone. I hope it's not overmodulating. My favorite, a little more light. My favorite would probably be the Speed 800 Power 90. These are all very similar, except for that 50%, which rubbed off. Now, they do recommend you try to wash this with a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser in order to give it, in order to be more abrasive toward it, because it is supposed to be a permanent coating that does not scratch off. Now, I'm scratching it with this wooden stick. It's not scratching off. The 50%, on the other hand, I could take that off, see? So that all pretty much worked. Now, if we compare that up to here, this is the area that was blue, where I think I sprayed it thicker by. What happened is this was the first time I've ever used this, and I had this. I think it's called a Preval or Preval. It's an external spray can that you can put your own paint in, and they recommend that for this. So I got that thing and I sprayed it, and I was like, going really fast. I didn't know what I was doing. And then I was like, wait a minute, that's kind of light. Maybe I should go slower. So then this one I sort of slowly sprayed across and made a thicker part. But then it dried blue, so that was confusing. Let me see what I've got here. I have to angle this at different angles to see it in the right light. Um, it's really subtle. The difference between these is really subtle. Uh, I think the takeaway is that it worked fine at a variety of speed and power levels and amounts of spray. Um, Probably better here with the slightly thicker. They say don't go too thick or it actually won't work as well. But the slightly thicker, slower spray, and again, I think this was 90, 100, and full power. The full power is bolder. I'm not sure that it's any darker. I can sort of change the light here, the camera. Yeah, it's just the slightest bit bolder. I'm not sure I would care. In fact, it might over thicken some fine detail. So anyway, that's my first attempt using this EnduraMark stuff. It actually worked just great. So yeah, that I guess allows you to mark pretty much anything, even if it's not laserable. I'm pretty sure this is a sheet of zinc. I got it from the art supply store, and they had a bunch of stuff made of zinc, like the hearts and boxes and things. So I was thinking, if this works, I might go back and get one of the hearts and maybe make something nice with it. So yeah, that's really all I had to say with this. Yeah. So yeah. Seems it's a pretty this is a pretty flexible, forgiving. That's the word I was trying to think of. It's pretty forgiving. I don't have any use for it, but I'm going to stop talking now and shut this down, and then maybe clean up in here and do some other projects. I did buy some paint today, so I'm looking forward to trying peeling off masking and painting the unmasked areas. I guess that's called a stencil.